Ricardo is definitely going to be trying to target them at the end of his, or during his turn, and make sure that he keeps control of the number of characters that Lorenzo can try and get on board.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure Sanji did one the dice roll, so he decided to go first, and he's starting off with a Nami searcher to find Straw Hat card. I see some targets here. We have the Frankie, that's just a vanilla card, but with your leader you can give him rush, so an 8k rush. Buddy, so a vanilla card, is not a vanilla card in this deck. And for Lim, we're going to see the 1-cost Lim, really important card. It protects yourself and you can resend an Odyssey card at the end of your turn. And to find a 1-cost at your first turn is very important because, as you said, a lot of cards are having some good abilities, but you need to have rested targets for it. So like this 5-cost Whitebeard, one of the best targets to have. Let's say if you have 2 or more rested characters on play, you can rest a 5-cost and KO a rested 3-cost. Such a strong ability.
Yeah, absolutely. That 1-cost Lim is so important in able to help your leader. To help you to restand those characters at the end of turn if you're not finding the right pieces. It really is important. But we are seeing a lot of aggression here now by Ricardo. Swinging in with leader first, then dropping the original 2-cost Sanji, which is you can give it rush and it's got activate main, take a life, give it 2 rested Dawn, and it gets plus 2000, so 7k swing coming in with a cost of 2 on turn 2 into life, reducing Lorenzo down to 2 life after turn 2.
That's so strong. First turn where he can attack and 2 lives down, very important, especially against a leader that only has 4 life with a dual color. And I think that 2k Sanji from OPO1, yeah, of course, a lot of red decks are playing this card, but especially in a deck like PRB01 Sanji, this card is so strong because you just have the ability right on, by using your leader ability to give him rush, and then the activate main ability from Sanji, 7k. Your opponent can also not starve you because you need to take 1 life, and you're playing a monocolor leader. That means, it doesn't hurt that much to take 1 life from your account.
Absolutely, yeah, really strong early play. Does look like this is more of a straw hat build of Sanji. I personally don't run the Nami searches because I've got such a mixed archetype type in my deck, but it really does help having the searcher as well, knowing that you'll be able to sort of turn 1, play the searcher and sort of find the pieces that you need for your deck. And, we saw the 6-cost vanilla Frankie being added to hand, but we also know that on 6 Dawn, it's going to be an 8k swing coming in with rush, which is scary, isn't it, when you start thinking about what this deck can do with characters without on plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And the problem is Lorenzo is only down to 4 Dawn now in lead ability, so he goes up to 5 Dawn. He decided to swing with Lim to have a second rested target for that NL, because with NL on play you have 2 or more rested characters. You can draw 3 and trash 2 cards, and of course that NL counts as your second rested target. You need to have rested characters, so your leader does count. And to have a green card that recycle is very strong with that NL, and also that Secret Rare Bonnie is a card that can recycle. So yes, Lorenzo decided to play that Secret Rare Bonnie from OP12. Such a good card, but he trashed away both Bonnies. Yep.
I think he knows that it's going to be an aggressive game from Ricardo, so he needs to focus on trying to deal with that. So let's see what Ricardo can do here. Now 5 Dawn turn, starts off with a 5k swing with Sanji. Counters out of that one, drops. Never tell which characters these are. This one's a Nami.
Yep,
5+ Nami. This is the punk hazard. You always like, okay, so who is that in Frankie's body? Okay, that's Nami, right. It's a vanilla that I don't play that often. So yeah, 5-cost Nami, 7,000 power swing, committing a 2k and a 1k out of hand. So Lorenzo's being starved a little bit with his hand as far as that's concerned. with Ricardo, super aggressive, trying to keep that pressure on, not focusing on board, to just trying to get into life as quickly as possible.
The problem is because you are allowed, not allowed, you are or you decided to play vanilla cards. Normally vanilla cards are not played that much, only the vanilla 2Ks, because they are very consistent and strong cards. But with a deck like Sanji, you can play vanilla cards and they are super dangerous because the stat line is so strong. For 5 Don is 7k, for 6 Don and 8k, so it's plus 1 cost, plus 1 power. That's how the game works. And to get rid of vanilla cards is not that easy. 7k body is hard to get rid of. So yeah, that's the power of Sanji. And you have a 5 life leader, so you can also stay on high life. That's why, he decided to take this one because Lorenzo is, I think, not going for board.
Yeah, and I'll swinging in now with 6k. 2k counter will get out of this one. Yeah, using a R-SANJI 2k counter to be able to do that.
Now Zakatsuki would be perfect here from them. Odyssey Zakatsuki, 6 cost, 7k power. On play, if you have 2 rested characters, then you can KO one of your opponent character with a cost of 5 or less. So this could be the perfect target to get rid of the Nami, vanilla Nami, and I'm pretty sure we are going to see the Zakatsuki.
Yep. So Sakazuki is played as suggested, does get rid of the Nami in Frankie's body. That Nami, not the 1 cost one. And End's turn uses that 1 cost Lim's ability to restand that Anel. Passes over. So we're now on a 7 Don turn for Ricardo. Does he have a 7 cost vanilla that he can play out? We do know he's got 6 cost vanilla in the form of Frankie and Chopper's body that we saw searched out with that Nami back in the first turn.
Yeah, now, to be honest, the 6 cost law, that would be huge. But I don't see it in hand. But there is I think Virgil in hand, so he decided to play double searcher with Nami and Virgil. Yeah, makes sense. You are playing vanilla Punk Hazard cards. You are playing that law that is Punk Hazard, so you have a lot of targets in your deck. So maybe he's trying to find it to get rid of the Zakatsuki.
Yeah, no, absolutely interesting build. You know, utilizing the Punk Hazard and Straw Hat package. Using all those Punkers and Straw Hat vanillas to be able to search those cards out. So 5k swing with leader, that's countered with an NL from hand. 1 for Nami search. Let's see what he finds off this one.
Oh, there's a law, but you cannot search it because obviously he's not a Straw Hat, but Maul Pistol is also very strong. One more way to get rid of that Zakatsuki. But he's going for that 6 cost vanilla Frankie that we saw from the search at the beginning. And lead ability, so he has rush. And that 8k is probably going into life, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah. He's going to be trying to focus in on life here. Try and tease out more cards from Lorenzo's hand, or pressure him to go down to 1 life here. Lorenzo's really feeling it now. He's also conscious that he wants to be able to do something next turn and maybe play something out to put Ricardo under a lot of pressure. But what's he going to do? He's going to take the life. Goes down to 1 life. Passes back over now to Lorenzo. Now, what can he do here? Got obviously leader attack, Hanel, and Sakazuki can attack as well. But he needs to deal with that Frankie, otherwise next turn's going to look pretty scary, especially as anything can come out as rush.
That's right, not that easy to get rid of. 8k body. You need to invest a lot of dons to get rid of it, and Sanji has a lot of cards in hand, and I saw a lot of 2k, so I think you just need to ignore that Frankie to make some pressure into Sanji life. Maybe try to bring him to 1 life. Not first. Would be at 1 life. Or find some blockers. Maybe Limb Searcher, find a Doflamingo, then Doflamingo Searcher. You can play out from your leader. So 6 Don you play 3 cost and 5 cost. And you still have some dons left to attach, make some good swings and play some counter events. So he's starting off with a 3-cost limb. As we see, checking the top 5 for an ESC card other than limb.
So having a look now. And obviously that limb is quite useful as well. Not only is it a searcher, but it is a decent sized 5k body as well. And at the end of your turn, if you've got 3 or more rested characters, you can set this character as active. So that does include herself. So if that Sakazuki and Enel do swing this turn, first you'd restand this limb, and then you'd use the 1-cost limb to restand the Enel potentially as well.
Yep, exactly. That card that he searched with his limb, that is the Restand Mihawk, in my opinion, the most important card of this deck, because it allows you to go for game, even if you only have 1 character on the field, because you can restand a 5-cost or less Odyssey character, so you can swing with Enel 2 times with a huge number to go for game. And it's also a counter, 6k body, such a strong, consistent card. Yep. But the question is, does Lorenzo has a Doflamingo blocker? Because he needs to find a good defense here. So Dofi blocker could help here, but let's see. 6 Don up, so maybe split Don, swing with Enel, 1 Don or 2 for event, and then for 3 with the ability to play Doflamingo. Let's see. So 6k swing.
Looks like he's got the unblockable Sanji in hand, Ricardo. That gives really useful card that when you play it, gives one of your straw hats unblockable. It's from ST21. Potentially could use that in combination with the Frankie. Use that as a counter. Take that one.
Interesting.
7k swing coming in. So Kobe looks like he's taken from the top of life there. He's going to have to counter with 3k. Look at that. Sanji. Both Sanjis there being utilised. What's he going to play here? Leader effect. Out another limb. Let's go for a search.
Maybe it was not for leader, of course, because you can just play it out for 3. Yep. So leader ability could be open, but
no, he's used the leader ability because he ramped there.
He ramped. Okay, yeah.
He played off the leader ability, yeah. So he did ramp.
No blocker, I would say, for this turn.
No,
maybe
it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Check the 2-cost Nami. This card is also very strong on play if you have 2 or more rested characters. One of your opponent's rested dons do not become as active.
I think it's more added to the hand to be an extra 2k in the hand more than anything else. So both those limbs activate first, and then we use a 1-cost limb to restand the NL. So all those characters restand apart from the Sakazuki, which makes that look like a very challenging board now indeed for Ricardo. No blockers on board. So it is a matter now of, can you push for game here or not? So Ricardo is now up to, I think, 9 Don.
Yep, 9 Don is right. That's the problem now. The board of Lim looks really good. Also 6 cards in hand, so a lot of cards in hand. But you have an 8k buddy. You can also play another character to give him rush. You have your leader, and you have 2 life and a lot of 2ks in hand. So a good chance to survive. But that's the problem for this matchup for Sanji, because Lim has a lot of restand cards, like the Flamingo blocker that can restand if you have 2 or more characters. Then 3-cost Lim that will be restanded if you have 3 or more characters rested. And that 1-cost Lim that should be the most important card for this matchup, because you can restand 1 card every turn at the end of your turn. That is super important. And that's the problem that Ricardo has, because his only target now to attack is Lim leader or that Zakatsuki. But
there's Mole Pistol as well, so you could Mole Pistol,
exactly.
Be able to reduce, being able to deal with those characters that being restood. But cards he's starting with. He's starting with an 8k swing into life. Just seeing how Lorenzo's going to react to this, whether he's going to counter or not, and take that life. Because depending on how many cards are committed here, could give Ricardo a bit of information.
Yeah, that's right. 8k into 5. That's a perfect number to counter out with double 2k or with a blast breath event that nearly every limb player is playing at least one copy of. Yeah, Lorenzo decided to give his opponent a double 2k here with Adio and Nami.
Ricardo's just trying to do the maths here now. It's going to be the best way to deal with this. And this is where I think this particular build of R-SANJI, it's great for being super aggro, but you're not doing any control. I prefer the more sort of control element of the R-SANJI build, where you are KOing characters as you are playing. Whereas this build doesn't seem to have that ability so much. Starting off with a 6k swing with R-SANJI, another 2k counter being teased out of hand. He is now going to use that Gum Gum Mole Pistol. Another Gum Gum Mole Pistol. Gets rid of those two bigger bodies there. And passes back over. 3 cards in hand. But there are going to be 3 attacks coming in here, minimum. Tendon available. Lorenzo, if he's smart, can start off maybe with a 7k swing into life and just see how Ricardo responds to it.
Exactly, but Ricardo knows that there is a reset Mihawk in hand for Lorenzo, because he did search for it with that limb, and last turn he passed with 3 dons, so also maybe Ricardo knows, okay, 3 don up, maybe there is some counter events in hand. Yeah, also every limb player is playing that Judgment of Hell, because we have a meta where Zoro is one of the best decks. If you're playing against a leader that can attack twice, also for GP with that restand rush Luffy from EVO2, a card like Judgment of Hell is super strong now. OP12 is also a set where a lot of decks are playing OP01 cards, and I love to see it.
Yes.
Like we saw at PRB Sanji, like the 2k Sanji, 1-cost Nami, and so on. There are so many different cards that are played very often now. 3 swings at least for Lorenzo, but with that restand Mihawk, 4 swings could be possible. But you can also try to survive one more turn with the counter events, with some rest counters in hand, and maybe 2k or more counter events from that one life. Now key turn.
Let's see what Lorenzo decides to do here. Keeps that 3 dons separate to one side, as you were saying, possibly for that restand Mihawk. Starts off with a 7k swing with the first limb. Ricardo is having a quick look at the board, thinking, okay, you've got 3 don there set aside. We know what that's going to be for. Is it going to be 7, 7, 8, and then restand, and another 8k swing?
Yeah, could be, but he decided to counter the first one out. So 2k, 1k with Kobe Sanji. Now only 1 card in hand, so you can swing 7 here to be safe. So the deck will go through because with only 1 card in hand and no open don. There only 2k at least in hand.
7 with leader is a smart choice here. So 7 with leader.
Yes,
that has to be taken.
Needs to find some counters.
8.
I think it was a counter. Yep, 8. And is it? Oh, it goes through. And now restand me out. And another 8 coming. So let's see if this is enough.
Let's see. Is there 2 2Ks in hand? There is.
He has it. GG.
Yeah.